Another live stream here on YouTube at Sports Bonanza John on Kick at Sports Kick John, ready for some Major League Baseball tonight. National League Central battle between the Pirates and the Brewers. This is game 3 of a 4-game series. Teams have split the first 2. We will preview this game momentarily. First of all, let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for looking over us, Lord. And Lord, continue to do your will among us. And please protect these players and fans and everyone. Please keep everyone safe tonight and continue to work in all of us, Lord, as we ask and pray this in your mighty name. Amen. All right, Pirates and Brewers, third of a 4-game series. Teams have split the first 2. Pirates winning on Monday 4-3. Brewers taking game 2 last night 4-2. Pitching matchup tonight, Paul Skeens taking the hill for Pittsburgh. Kyle Harrison taking the mound for Milwaukee. Brewers come into this game with the best record in baseball, 70-43. However, the Pirates have had the Brewers' number this year. The Pirates have won 6 of the first 8 meetings, so they're already guaranteed to win the season series between the... Actually, that's not true. I'm sorry. The Brewers could win the last 5 and win the season series. But the Brewers have had their fits with the Pittsburgh Pirates this year. Brewers come into this game 5.5 up in the National League Central over the Cubs. Pittsburgh sits in 3rd in the National League Central, but the Pirates right there in the playoff picture as far as the National League wild card. As in, Ava, don't normally see the Pirates in contention in August. They're usually out of it by now, but not this year, as they are right there in the wild card mix in the National League at 57 and 58. We've already had some games earlier today in Major League Baseball. The big score from earlier in the day is the Cubs defeating the Dodgers 7-6. Cubs complete a 3-game sweep. That's the 6th loss in a row for the Dodgers, as they have now been swept in back-to-back series. Swept by the Cubs in this one. They were swept at home by the Red Sox last weekend. So the Dodgers trying to right the ship here, as they are now on a 6-game losing streak, as the Cubs are to play some good baseball as well. Also earlier today, Rays completed a sweep of the Rockies, winning 4-0. Rays continuing to lead the AL East. Rangers shut out the Giants 6-0, and the Blue Jays took 10 innings to defeat the Houston Astros earlier 5-4. We're set in this one, the Pirates and the Brewers. Mentioned the 3rd game of this 4-game series. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting batting order tonight for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 57 and 58 on the season. They will line up like this tonight. Leading it off for Pittsburgh is left fielder Jake Mangum. Batting second and playing second base is Brandon Lau. Hitting third and DHing tonight is Brian Reynolds. Cleanup hitter tonight for the Pirates is the right fielder Esmeralyn Valdez. Hitting 5th and playing third base, Nick Gonzalez. Batting 6th and catching tonight for the Pirates, Endy Rodriguez. Batting 7th and playing shortstop, Jared Triolo. In the number 8 spot is first baseman. That is going to be Flores Jr., Rafael Flores Jr. And hitting 9th and playing center field tonight for the Pirates, Josnixon Garcia. So again, the Pirates batting order is Mangum, Lau, Reynolds, Valdez, Gonzalez, Rodriguez, Triolo, Flores Jr., and Garcia. Starting batting order for Pittsburgh. And on the mound tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers is going to be Kyle Harrison. Harrison making his 18th start of the season. He's 8-2 on the year with an ERA of pretty much right at 3.01. He's walked 20, struck out 101 in 83 and 2/3 innings. As he will try and outduel Paul Skeens tonight. This Pittsburgh team, this is a pretty good hitting team. Their team batting average is .257 on the season. So the Pirates, a pretty good offensive team. Only managed 6 runs in the first 2 games of this series in splitting the first 2. As the Pirates looking to stay in the mix in that National League wild card picture. Trying to get back to 500 with this win tonight. A lot of talk about Paul Skeens. Would he end up going to the Yankees, dodge somewhere else? But he trade deadline, and there was no deal for him. So he's still in Pittsburgh. He is still a Pittsburgh Pirate. So we are just about set to go in Milwaukee at American Family Field. Umpiring crew tonight, DJ Rayburn behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes. Sean Barber over at first base. John Lipka, umpire at second. And James Hoy making the calls over at third base. Pirates hope to get O'Neal Cruz back here very shortly. He's been on the injured list, as is shortstop Connor Griffin. They were on the 60-day injured list. Ryan O'Hearn placed on the 10-day injured list. They're expecting him back mid-September. So here we go. Pirates and Brewers, game 3 of 4 in this series. As it's going to be Mangum leading off for Pittsburgh. Mangum on the year hitting .302, 24 home runs. 3 home runs. He drove in 24. Yeah, Mangum's not a 24 home run hitter. 3 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Kyle Harrison out completing his warm-up tosses for the Brewers. Roof open on an overcast Wednesday evening in Milwaukee. Here we go. Mangum stepping into the batter's box. And the first pitch is hit to the third baseman. Throw across in time. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the first inning. As Mangum grounds out to Hamilton at third. It'll bring up Brandon Lau. Lau hitting .257 on the year. 23 home runs. He's drove in 71. He is the Pirates' leader in home runs and RBIs this year. Pitch is high for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. That's right there for strike one. One pitch. That's going to be strike two. One-two pitch. Bounce too short on one hop, and the throw to first will retire Brandon Lau, and that's out number two. Brings up Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, a .268 hitter, 15 home runs. He's drove in 63, takes ball one high, 1-0. One-0 pitch. That hits the outside corner for strike one, evens the count of ball and a strike. One-one. Swing and a miss, as that one was outside, 1-2. One-two pitch on the way to Brian Reynolds. Swing and a miss, strike three. And it's a 1-2-3, top of the first. For Harrison on just 9 pitches. Brewers coming up for the first time in the bottom of the first. Brewers will send out this lineup tonight. Leading it off will be the second baseman, Bryce Terang, batting second and playing left field. Jackson Churio hitting third and playing center field is Garrett Mitchell. Cleanup hitter tonight for the Brewers is the catcher, William Contreras. Batting fifth and DHing tonight, Christian Yelich. Hitting sixth and playing first base, Andrew Vaughn. Number 7 spot is right fielder Luis Lara. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Cooper Pratt. And rounding out the batting order for the Brewers, hitting ninth and playing third base is David Hamilton. So again, the Brewers batting order, top third of Terang, Churio, and Mitchell. Middle third of the order, Contreras, Yelich, and Vaughn. With the bottom third, Lara, Pratt, and Hamilton. And Paul Skeens gets the start on the mound tonight for the Pirates. Skeens' 24th start of the year, just 9-9 this year with an ERA of 3.9, 32 walks, 156 strikeouts in 124 2/3 innings. As it will be Bryce Terang to lead it off for the Brewers here in the bottom of the first. Terang on the year hitting .268, 16 home runs, 69 runs batted in. Brewers leader in RBIs and total hits. So Paul Skeens getting not the normal Paul Skeens numbers we've come to see from him this season. First pitch, bottom one, ball one. One-0 pitch from Skeens is outside to Terang. It's 2-0. Pirates come into the night 3.5 back of that final wild card spot in the National League. As the 2-0 pitch, check swing, and to the third base umpire, he says no swing, it's 3-0. .3-0 pitch to Turang, and that is low, and a 4-pitch walk to Bryce Turang to lead off the bottom of the first. Brings up the number 2 hitter for the Brewers in Jackson Chourio. Chourio on the season hitting .280, 14 home runs. He's drove in 44. Missed about the first month of the season. There's a strike at the knees to Chourio, 0-1. Chourio looks in at the 0-1 pitch from Skeens. That's a little high, 1-1. So 5 of the first 6 pitches from Paul Skeens have been out of the strike zone. One pitch to Jackson Chourio. Hit foul, and the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch. That's going to get to the backstop, and Turang will advance to second base. So already the Brewers with a runner in scoring position here in the first inning. They may call that one a... No, they gave him a wild pitch. I was thinking they may have called that a pass ball, but that looked like it possibly could have been caught. But they gave the wild pitch to Skeens. 2-2 pitches outside, and the count runs full, 3-2. Three-two payoff pitch to Chourio is hit foul. That'll get out of play into the seats, and we'll do another 3-2. Three-two pitch. Chourio sends it in the air to center, and on the warning track in straightaway center, the catch is made. Tagging and going to third is Turang on the deep fly to center. So 1 out with a runner at third, and it'll bring up Garrett Mitchell. Number 3 hitter for the Brewers. Mitchell hitting .258, 8 home runs. He's drove in 49. Pitch to Mitchell, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Pretty good crowd on hand at American Family Field on a Wednesday night. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Skeens is ahead of Mitchell now, 0-2. Oh-2. Inside, 1-2. Skeens looks in and delivers the 1-2 pitch to Garrett Mitchell. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Mitchell, is he going to challenge it? He is not, as he walks back to the dugout. I don't think he agreed with that call, but he may not want to risk losing an ABS challenge here in the first inning, although that's a big second out, especially if that runner ends up getting stranded at third base. William Contreras, the cleanup hitter, now the batter. Takes ball one. Contreras on the year hitting .270, 10 home runs. He's drove in 57. Runner at third, 2 outs for the Brewers here in the first. One 0 outside, 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That's high. It's 3-0. Second batter this inning, Skeens has fallen behind 3-0. First one was Terang, and he walked him on 4 pitches. Here's a 3-0 pitch to William Contreras. Taken all the way. That hits the outside corner, 3-1. Skeens delivers the 3-1 to Contreras. Check swing. I think he went around. Yes, he did. That says the first base umpire. It's full now, 3-2. That was probably ball 4, too, that Contreras swung at, but instead, the count is full. 3-2 payoff pitch is a bouncer to third. That will roll foul. Another 3-2 payoff pitch to William Contreras. That's a bouncer back to Skeens. Throws to first, and Skeens gets out of it. Milwaukee strands a runner at third. End of one in Milwaukee. Pirates Brewers, no score. Game number 3 of this 4-game series. Teams will wrap up the series tomorrow afternoon, 1:10 Central. Pitching matchup for the finale of that series tomorrow, Braxton Ashcraft for the Pirates and Dustin May get the start for the Brewers. Following this series, the Brewers will stay at home to face the Minnesota Twins for a 3-game weekend series. Pittsburgh will head back home and start a 3-game series with the Mets at PNC Park starting on Friday night. And as I mentioned at the outset, Brewers come into the night with the best record in Major League Baseball at 70-43. They have taken over the best record in baseball thanks to the Dodgers going on this little bit of a funk they're on. Dodgers lost again today. That's 6 in a row on the losing side for the Dodgers. So the Brewers now own Major League Baseball's best record at 70-43, 5.5 up on the Cubs in the National League Central. Pirates come in 57-58, 3.5 back of that final wild card spot in the National League. So here we go, top of the second. It's going to be Esmeralyn Valdez to lead it off here in the top of the second for the Pirates. Valdez hitting .253 on the year, 14 home runs. He's drove in 38. First pitch, top 2, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, that's up in the zone for a strike. It's 0-2 quickly on Valdez. Lead off the Pirates' second inning. And the 0-2 pitch is downstairs, 1-2. Harrison's 1-2 to Valdez is fouled away, and the count will remain 1-2. One-two pitch. That is called strike 3, but Valdez is asking for a challenge. That looked pretty good. I think Valdez knows that was a mistake asking for that. Yeah, that's all the way in the zone. I think after Valdez asked for that challenge, he knew that was probably going to be a mistake. And the Pirates have lost an ABS challenge here in the second inning. They have 1 left. And the batter is going to be number 5 hitter for the Pirates, Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .306, 6 home runs. He's drove in 50. Team leader on the Pirates in batting average. 1-0 pitch. That is lined into center field, and playing it on a bounce in center field is Mitchell, and it's a 1-out single for Gonzalez, first base runner for the Pirates. And it'll bring up the catcher, Andy Rodriguez. Rodriguez hitting .268, 6 home runs. He's drove in 18. Pitch hits the inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1 is outside, counts even, 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Andy Rodriguez. On the ground to third. They'll throw to second. 1 on to first. 5-4-3 double play to end the top of the second inning. Pirates get a hit, but then a double play erases it and ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Still 0-0. Pirates and Brewers. Update on some games in progress in Major League Baseball. We had a rain delay at Yankee Stadium between the Cardinals and the Yankees. Orioles in front of the Angels 3-1 in Baltimore, top of the 6th. Athletics and Reds in Cincinnati 1-1, bottom of the 5th. Mets on top of Cleveland 3-1, top of the 5th. Phillies 2, Nationals 1 in that NL East battle, bottom of the 3rd. In the battle of the Sox at Fenway, Red Sox lead the White Sox 1-0, bottom of the 3rd. And the Braves jumped out to a 3-0 lead on the Marlins in Atlanta, bottom 3. Twins and Royals, no score, bottom of the 2nd. Later on tonight out west, Tigers in Seattle to take on the Mariners, and the Padres down in the desert to take on the Diamondbacks. Bottom of the 2nd, here we go. It'll be Christian Yelich to lead it off for the Brewers. Yelich on the year hitting .231, 7 home runs. Drove in 37. Skeens back to work on the mound after a 22-pitch first inning, and the first pitch, bottom 2, is outside for ball 1. One 0 pitch is at the knees for strike 1. Two and one the count on Christian Yelich as that last pitch missed. And the 2-1 is hit foul left side. Count now 2-2. Two-two pitch. Outside, full count, 3-2 to Christian Yelich to lead off the Brewers' second. 3-2 payoff pitch. Upstairs, check swing. Third base umpire says Yelich went around. Third base umpire James Hoy says Yelich took the bat around too far, and that's a strikeout. Oh, yeah, he did on the replay. So one down, and the batter is Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn, a .299 hitter, 5 home runs. He's drove in 30. Pitch to him right there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's up the middle, but playing that way was the second baseman Lau, and he will throw to first for out number 2. Lau was playing almost directly towards center field and made that play. Luis Lara will step up with the bases empty and 2 outs. Lara hitting .245. Strove in 11 on the year. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's outside. Counts even, 1-1. One is inside. 2-1. Lara sends this one in the air to right. Barely having to move out there in right field is Valdez. He makes the catch, and the Brewers retired 1-2-3 in the second. We move to the third in Milwaukee. Pirates Brewers 0-0. Be back on the live stream with you tomorrow. Semifinals of the Little League Softball World Series tomorrow. I don't know about that 1 o'clock game. That one's in the air, but for sure we'll be with you for the 5 o'clock semifinal tomorrow in the Little League Softball World Series. Again, that 1 o'clock game is up in the air, but we'll at least be with you for that second semifinal tomorrow in the Little League Softball World Series. That will be Puerto Rico against Kentucky. Boy, I saw that Kentucky team the other day. Man, that team has some kind of offense on them. Winner of that game will advance to the bracket championship on Saturday, as will the winner of the 1 o'clock game tomorrow between Florida and North Carolina. North Carolina team out of Clayton, North Carolina. That is not too far from Greenville, North Carolina, where the Little League Softball World Series is being played. So, there'll be a big contingent of North Carolina fans in the stands for that game tomorrow. Winners of those two games advance to the bracket championships on Saturday. New Jersey today in the Little League Softball World Series today. New Jersey shut out Japan 11-0, and Washington picked up a 9-1 win over Canada. So the Little League World Series that started with 12 teams is down to 6. And we will crown a champion there in Greenville on Sunday. But here we go, top of the third here. It'll be Jared Triolo to lead off the Pirates' third. Triolo, a .242 hitter, a home run. He's drove in 20. First pitch, top 3 from Harrison. Inside corner, strike 1 to Jared Triolo. Pitch is hit right to the first baseman, and stepping on the bag for the out is Andrew Vaughn. And there's one down here in the top half of the third inning. Brings up the number 8 hitter, Rafael Flores Jr., only his 10th game with the Pirates. He's hitting .211. He's got a home run. He's drove in 2 and takes strike 1 here. Oh, 1 pitch. That's down low. That'll even the count 1-1. One. That hits the outside corner for strike 2. One-two pitch is missed. 2-2 now the count on Jared Triolo. 2-2. That's a ball, and the count runs full now. 3-2. Payoff pitch to Triolo. Ball 4, and that'll be a 1-out walk to Jared Triolo. I beg your pardon, to Flores. Excuse me. I'm a batter behind. Flores draws the walk. And it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Josnixon Garcia. And he's behind in the count 0-1. He's hitting .178 on the year with a couple RBIs. That hits the inside corner. It's 0-2. Oh-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, 94 on the fastball upstairs, and Garcia went after it. Strikeout number 3 for Kyle Harrison, and we're back to the top of the order in Mangum. Mangum grounded out to third his first time up. Runner at first, 2 outs. Mangum shows bunt and bunts it foul for strike one. Tried to catch the Brewers a little off guard there with the 2-out bunt. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Mangum. Hit foul, and Mangum down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2. That's hit foul. Mangum stays alive. And Mangum is out, and that'll be the third out of the inning. Pirates strand a runner. We head to the bottom of the third in Milwaukee. Pirates Brewers, no score. So it'll be Cooper Pratt to lead off the bottom of the third for Milwaukee. Just one hit on the board through the first 2.5 innings. And we've had 3 base runners. Cooper Pratt to lead it off in the bottom of the third for the Brewers, hitting .293. Couple home runs on the season. He's drove in 16. As both these teams down now under 50 games left in the regular season. Brewers, I don't think there's any question, are going to be a playoff team unless there's some kind of major collapse here the last, what do we have, 7 weeks of the regular season, 6.5? Pirates trying to stay in there on the National League wild card. Again, they come in tonight 3.5 out of that final wild card spot in the National League. Whereas the teams with the top 2 records will get a bye in that wild card round. Brewers hope to be one of those teams that gets the bye in the National League. First pitch, bottom 3, Pratt shows bunt and takes low, ball 1. Paul Skeens, 34 pitches through the first 2 innings. The 1-0 pitch to Pratt. That's right down the middle for strike 1. 97 on that fastball from Skeens. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. In the air, right side. That will be a foul ball and out of play, about 4 rows deep. First baseman Flores thought he may have had a play on that, but a little too far back in the stands. One and two, the count on Pratt, leading it off here in the bottom of the third. And the pitch from Skeens. Hit foul. Pratt stays alive. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Skeens to Pratt. And another foul ball. Good battle here. One-two pitch once again. Swing and a miss. He got him. Pratt went after that one. Strikeout number 3 for Paul Skeens. And it'll bring up the number 9 hitter for the Brewers, David Hamilton. Hamilton hitting .238 on the year, 3 home runs. He's drove in 15. Hamilton shows bunt and takes outside, ball 1. One-0 from Skeens. That's a little high. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch from Skeens to Hamilton, and that's up and in, or up and outside rather, 3-0. Three-0 pitch. Hamilton takes right down the middle, strike 1. 98 on that fastball. Three-one. Swing and a miss. And that will fill the count 3-2. Skeens' payoff pitch to Hamilton. Swing and a miss. He got him. Skeens came back to strike out Hamilton after falling behind 3-0. And we're back to the top of the order in Bryce Terang. Terang drew a walk to lead off the bottom of the first. Ball 1. And that will even the count now, 1-1. 1-1 on the way is lined into left field, and going under it for the catch is Mangum. And the Brewers retired 1-2-3 in the third. On we go to the fourth. Pirates and Brewers still 0-0. Going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Pirates. Lau, Reynolds, and Valdez due up here in the top of the 4th inning. Told you to be back on for the Little League Softball World Series live streams tomorrow. We'll be back on for Major League Baseball coming up Saturday evening. Be the next MLB live stream. Quite a big game, too, on Saturday night. White Sox and Cleveland from Wright Field. 7:15 Eastern Time. The White Sox got to be the surprise of Major League Baseball this year. And they're trying to finish off this phenomenal turnaround season with a postseason berth. White Sox and Cleveland, next MLB live stream on the channel coming up on Saturday evening. Top 4 here between the Pirates and Brewers. No score through 3. Brandon Lau will lead off. He grounded out to short his first time up. First pitch, top 4, swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 1 to Lau. That's hit foul, and Lau quickly down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2. Fouled away. Count remains 0-2. Oh, 2. That's downstairs. 1-2 now the count. On Brandon Lau to lead it off here in the Pirates' 4th. 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Kyle Harrison. It will bring up Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, a strikeout victim his first time up. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch is a strike. Time called. One pitch. That's a swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. That's foul. Reynolds stays alive. 1-2. Another 1-2, and that's another foul ball. Reynolds hanging around here. Another 1-2 pitch to Brian Reynolds, and that is another foul ball that will get out of play. The 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And a swing and a miss. Harrison ends up winning the battle. That is strikeout number 6 for Kyle Harrison. 2 down here in the Pirates' 4th. And it'll bring up Valdez. Valdez took a called third strike his first time. And takes a strike here at the knees, 0-1. A 1 pitch, that's low. Counts even, 1-1. One pitch, downstairs, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Fouled back. Valdez stays alive. Two-two. Outside, full count, 3-2. If Valdez gets on, Nick Gonzalez is on deck. Payoff 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Harrison strikes out the side in the 4th. He's got 7 in the game. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, still 0-0. Pirates and Brewers will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Brewers. Churio, Mitchell, and Contreras. Due up here in the bottom of the 4th. Pirates have had just 2 base runners through 4 innings. Brewers have only had a walk to Bryce Terang. That's their only base runner of the game so far. Mentioned at the outset, the Pirates have had the Brewers' number this year. Pirates have won 6 of the 8 meetings between the 2 teams this year. Pirates won 2 out of 3 in Milwaukee back towards the end of April. And then swept the Brewers in mid-July in Pittsburgh. And the teams have split the first 2 of this series. The 2 teams have 1 more series coming up this year. It'll be a 3-gamer in Pittsburgh in mid-September. Pirates need just 1 win in the final 5 games between the teams to win the regular season series. So here, bottom of the 4th, Jackson Churio will lead it off. Churio flew out to center his first time up. Paul Skeens has thrown 49 pitches through the first 3 innings, so pitch count a little up there. First pitch to Churio, bottom 4, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Swing and a miss by Jackson Churio, evens the count 1-1. One pitch. That's at the knees for strike 2. Brewers still have both their ABS challenges. Pittsburgh has 1. They lost 1 back in the second inning. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Churio strikes out. That's strikeout number 5 for Paul Skeens. 1 down here in the 4th, and it will bring up Garrett Mitchell. Mitchell took a called strike 3 his first time up. Mitchell takes outside for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Skeens 2-0 pitch to Garrett Mitchell. And that's inside. And this is now at least the 3rd hitter, maybe even the 4th hitter that Skeens has fallen behind 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk as that misses well inside to Garrett Mitchell. Second walk of the game given up by Skeens, and it'll bring up Contreras. Contreras grounded back to Skeens his first time up. So the 2 walks for the Brewers, the only 2 base runners they've had so far. Pitch to Contreras, swing and a miss. 0-1. That is hit foul, and the count now 0-2 on William Contreras. Christian Yelich is on deck. Oh, 2 pitch misses high. 1-2 now the count on Contreras. One-two pitch. Upstairs, 2-2. Milwaukee is a very heavy stolen base team. They are very aggressive on the base paths. They've stolen 111 bases this year. Now Mitchell, who's standing in first, only has 9. But he takes off here. It's a ball, and the throw goes into center field. Mitchell will end up at third base. That'll be a throwing error on the catcher, Rodriguez. Mitchell with his 10th steal of the season, and then he takes third on the wild throw. It's a full count to Contreras, and he hits this one foul. The count will remain 3-2. Brewers stranded a runner at third in the first inning. They got a runner at third now here in the fourth. And the full count pitch, ball 4. That is the second walk of the inning and the third of the game from Skeens. Runners at the corners for Christian Yelich. Yelich was a strikeout victim his first time up. So a big spot here in this game. Pitch to Christian Yelich. Inside, ball 1. One 0 pitch. That's high, 2-0. Pitching coach Bill Murphy going out to talk to Paul Skeens, as he has walked 2 in this inning and he's fallen behind 2-0 to Christian Yelich. "66 pitches by Skeens tonight so far. Only 34 of them have been for strikes. Almost 50-50 balls to strikes. Skeens back ready, and the 2-0 pitch to Yelich. Bounced foul. 2-1. Two-one pitch. That's down low, and it's 3-1. Andrew Vaughn on deck. Three-one pitch. Lined into right for a base hit. This will score 1. The throw comes into second. It's an RBI double. Contreras stops at third. Yelich drives in the game's first run. It's 1-0 Brewers here in the fourth. That's their first base hit of the game. Get the feeling Paul Skeens is not going to be in this game much longer. He just is all over the place tonight. So the Brewers get 1, and they have 2 more in scoring position with 1 out for Andrew Vaughn. Fouls this one back for strike 1. Vaughn grounded out to second his first time up. Oh, 1 is a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2 on Andrew Vaughn. Oh, 2 pitch. That's outside. 1-2. Skeens 1-2 pitch to Vaughn. And that's going to be through into right field for a base hit. Contreras scores. Throw home late. Yelich comes in. 2-run single. Makes it 3-0. There was a big gap there between first and second base. And Vaughn found it. And the batter will be Luis Lara. As the Brewers have broke for 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Lara swings and misses for strike 1. Oh, 1. That's a strike. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. That's line foul. Count will remain 0-2. Not even out of the 4th inning yet, and Paul Skeens already nearing the 80-pitch mark. 0-2 pitch misses high to Lara, 1-2. One, 2 is high. 2-2. Two. That's low and outside. Full count. Payoff pitch. Hit foul. Another 3-2. That's ball 4. That's another walk from Skeens. It's first and second. And Cooper Pratt will be the batter. Pratt was a strikeout victim his first time up. This has been a 32-pitch 4th inning for Paul Skeens, and there's still only 1 out. Runners at first and second. Pratt swings and misses for strike 1. Lake Bachar is loosening up in the Pirates bullpen. 0-1 is on the ground to first. There's going to throw to second. 1 on to first for the double play. Pirates needed that, and the 4th inning finally ends, but the Brewers get 3 on the board on 2 hits. There was a Pirate error. We head to the 5th in Milwaukee. 3-0 Brewers. We'll see if Paul Skeens is done for the night. Pirates are going to have Nick Gonzalez leading it off in the top of the 5th inning. Gonzalez will be followed by Rodriguez and Triolo here in the 5th inning. First pitch, strike one here in the top of the 5th to Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez singled his first time up. He has one of the two, or he has the only Pirate hit. 0-1 inside. Counts even 1-1. One, that's low. 2-1. Two one pitch. Hit foul. Counts even 2-2. Two pitches, a swing, and a foul tip for strike 3. That is 8 strikeouts for Kyle Harrison. And 4 in a row. We'll bring up Rodriguez. Hit into a double play his first time up, and strike 1. Actually, I take that back. That's 6 consecutive strikeouts for Harrison. That pitch line down the left field line and foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2. Hit foul. Count remains 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Little high. No, called strike 3. I think we're going to have a challenge, however. That looked high. And it was. So the count is 1-2. So Pittsburgh lost an ABS challenge earlier in the game, but they're going to keep this last one as they got this one correct. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. 2-2. Two hit foul left side. Count remains 2-2. Two pitch. That's a swing and a miss. 7 consecutive strikeouts for Harrison. And now 9 in the game. And they'll bring up Jared Triolo. Grounded out his first time up. First pitch, ball 1. One zero. That's a strike right down the middle. 1-1. One pitch showing bunt, taking strike 2. One-two pitch. Can Harrison make it 8 strikeouts in a row? Yes, he can on a called third strike at the knees. 8 consecutive strikeouts for Kyle Harrison and 10 in the game through 5 innings. 3-0 Brewers as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Nationals have taken a 3-2 lead on the Phillies. Bottom of the 7th at Citizens Bank Park. Red Sox 2, White Sox nothing. Bottom of the 6th at Fenway. Braves lead the Marlins 4-1, bottom 6. Cardinals and Yankees finally got underway after that rain delay at Yankee Stadium. That game scoreless, top of the 3rd. Nine, 1, and 2 hitters for the Brewers. Hamilton and then the top of the order, Turang and Churio in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Paul Skeens is going to be back out there to at least start the bottom of the 5th. 83 pitches through 4 innings for Skeens tonight. He's walked 4 men and struck out 5. Gave up that 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th. So here's Hamilton. Hamilton was a strikeout victim his first time. Takes strike one to lead off the bottom of the fifth. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Oh, 2. Down low, 1-2. Chad Patrick is not really warming up in the bullpen, but he's just kind of mellowing out there. That ball's hit into center field, and under it for the catch is Garcia for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fifth. As we go back to the top of the order in Bryce Terang. Terang has walked and lined out tonight. Pitch to Terang outside, ball 1. One-zero pitch, that's bounced foul, and the count's now 1-1. Skeens has only given up the 2 hits, but 4 walks in the game. One pitch. Swing and a miss. Terang now down in the count 1-2. Jackson Churio is on deck. One-two, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 6 for Skeens as he got Terang to chase a high one. 2 outs. And it'll bring up Jackson Churio. Churio has flown out and struck out tonight, 0 for 2. First pitch, fastball, strike 1. Oh, 1 lined into left field. Garcia there for the catch. Or I'm sorry, that's Mangum. And a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Skeens here. We head to the 6th. Brewers lead at 3-0. Pirates here in the top of the 6th will have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Flores, Garcia, and then Mangum. Kyle Harrison has been fantastic through 5 innings, only allowing two base runners. Single to Nick Gonzalez, and a walk to Flores. "69 pitches through 5 innings. Looks like Harrison's night on the mound is done after 5 innings. He looks a little disappointed there in the dugout, but going 5, he can get the win. Yeah, he wanted to go back out there. They're showing him in the dugout right now. You can tell. Chad Patrick is into the game. Patrick on for the 38th time, 6-4 record, 3.46 ERA, 30 walks, 75 strikeouts in 83 1/3 innings. So Kyle Harrison goes 5 innings, gave up just 1 hit, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts, including the last 8 batters he faced. Kyle Harrison and manager Pat Murphy having a little discussion, it looked like, in the dugout. He's only at 69 pitches, so unless he was on a strict pitch count of 70, looked like he could have gone a little longer. But the Brewers are going to the bullpen and Chad Patrick. Yeah, you could see the disappointment. They're showing the Brewers dugout. You could see the disappointment on Harrison's face. He was wanting to go back out there. Now got a final in Cincinnati. The Reds have defeated the Athletics 3-2, and it's also gone final in Baltimore. Orioles defeat the Angels 5-2. Cleveland's taking a 5-4 lead on the Mets, top of the 8th inning. So Patrick completing his warm-up tosses. So here we go. Patrick to face Flores, strike 1. Flores walked his first time up. Oh, 1 pitch from Patrick. Ball 1. One pitch. That's at the knees for strike 2. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Patrick is taking over where Harrison left off, striking out hitters. 1 down here in the Pirates' 6th. Garcia's going to be lifted for a pinch hitter here. Pinch hitter is going to be Ronnie Simon. Pitch to Simon, ball one. One 0 pitch hits the outside corner for strike one. One one hit foul. Ronnie Simon called up after the Pirates released struggling Marcell Ozuna. Another 1-2 pitch to Simon. That's outside, 2-2. Two is hit foul. Two, that's hit foul. Another 2-2 pitch inside, and that will fill the count on Ronnie Simon. Three-two payoff pitch is ball four. So Simon draws a walk. And we're back to the top of the order in Mangum. Mangum has grounded out and struck out tonight. And he lines this one into left field, but right at the left fielder, Jackson Churio, for out number 2. Brings up Brandon Lau. Lau with a ground out and a strikeout tonight. Ball one. Brian Reynolds on deck. 1-0, a swing and a miss. 1-1. Throw over to first before the 1-1 pitch. One one just missed. 2-1. Two one pitch hit foul. That's off the mask of Contreras. 2-2. Two pitch up. No, called strike 3. No challenge. Pirates have an ABS challenge left, but don't use it here. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Patrick. Thrill 3-0 Brewers as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Brewers. Mitchell, Contreras, and Yelich due up in the bottom of the 6th. The bottom 6 here in Milwaukee. Lake Bacher making his Pirates debut after coming over from the Marlins on Monday, and starts off with a strike here to Garrett Mitchell. 0-1 is fouled away, and it's quickly 0-2. Mitchell has walked and struck out tonight. 0-2 pitch from Bacher, ball 1. One-two pitch to Garrett Mitchell. Outside, 2-2. 2-2 is on the ground to second on one hop. Throw over to first. Late covering first base there was Flores, but he gets over for the first out. Couple of defensive changes. Ronnie Simon, who came on to pinch hit for Garcia, stays in the game to play left field, and Mangum, who was in left, moves over to center, which was Garcia's defensive position. Contreras swings at the first pitch, sends it to left center field, and gone. William Contreras on the first pitch he sees in the bottom of the sixth sends it out over the left center field fence. And it's 4-0 Brewers. Contreras goes deep for the 11th time this year. RBI number 58. Boy, Bacher left that pitch over way too much of the plate, and Contreras made him pay. Yelich fouls the first pitch back for strike one. Christian Yelich, RBI double back in the fourth in that 3-run fourth inning for the Brewers, and he's behind here 0-2. O2 pitch downstairs, 1-2 now the count. One-two pitch. That's into left field for a base hit. Yelich with his second hit of the game. And he's got a one-out single, and it will bring up Andrew Vaughn. And the runner takes off, and the throw to second is not in time. Stolen base for Yelich. One-zero pitch. Strike. Andrew Vaughn had a 2-run single in that 3-run fourth for the Brewers. Christian Yelich with that last steal, it was his 10th of the season. Two one, check swing, no swing, says the first base umpire, and it'll go to 3-1 now on Vaughn. And the 3-1 off the plate for ball four. It'll put runners at first and second for the Brewers. For Luis Lara. Lara walked his last time up, and he flew out back in the second. Pirates catcher Rodriguez going out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher Bacher. First and second, one out. Run in on the Contreras homer. Swing and a miss, strike one. Oh, 1, that'll get away, and up to second and third go the runners. Be a wild pitch. So 2 more in scoring position for the Brewers. So 1-1 count on Lara. One pitch. Lara hits it foul. Counts now 1-2. One-two pitch. Down low. Nice stop that time by Rodriguez. Two-two. Look out. That'll fill the count. Full count to Lara. Bouncer foul. We'll do it again. Another 3-2. That's right down the middle for strike 3. Lara caught looking. Batter will be Cooper Pratt. Pratt 0 for 2 tonight. Bouncer to short. Throw to first in time to end the inning. Contreras home run adds 1 for the Brewers. They do strand 2 at second and third. On we go to the 7th. 4-0 Milwaukee. Pirates will have Reynolds, Valdez, and Gonzalez 3, 4, and 5 due up in the top of the 7th inning. Now down by 4. Third Brewers pitcher of the night. Pitch here in the 7th inning. It's going to be D.L. Hall. Hall out for the 26th time. No record. 2.25 ERA. 25 walks, 33 strikeouts in 32 innings. So Patrick goes an inning, walked 1, struck out 2 through 19 pitches in that 6th inning. Here we go. Top 7. Foul ball. Strike 1. Brian Reynolds 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. 0-1. That is ripped into center field for a base hit. Just the second hit of the game for the Pirates. It's a leadoff single for Brian Reynolds here in the 7th. Brings up Esmeralyn Valdez. He's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Pitch, sails. It's airmailed, and up to second base goes Brian Reynolds. That'll be a wild pitch from D.L. Hall. No, if that one slipped out of his hand or what happened there, but that was well over the catcher, Contreras. One 0. Outside, 2-0. Low one inside. It's 3-0. .30 pitch. That's right down the middle for strike 1. .3-1, swing and a miss, and the count goes full. Antonio Senzatella warming in the Brewers pen, and rather quickly. Payoff 3-2, ball 4, and the first 2 Pirates have reached here in the 7th. Looks like we're going to have a challenge, though, from Contreras on that last pitch. And it is a ball. So both teams have now lost an ABS challenge in this game, and the Pirates have the first 2 on here in the 7th. for Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez singled back in the second, struck out in the fifth. Pirates trying to rally here. Ball one. Hall's 1-0 pitch is hit foul. Counts even now 1-1. One pitch. That's hit foul, and the count now 1-2. One and two the count. To Nick Gonzalez, and he hits this one foul. Third base side, count stays 1-2. Cardinals have put 3 on the board in the top of the fifth in New York. Cardinals lead the Yankees 3-0. Top of the fifth there at Yankee Stadium. 1-2 pitch once again. That's on the ground to short. They'll throw to second, one on to first. In time, double play. 6-4-3. Brian Reynolds does advance to third, but now there are 2 outs. And Endy Rodriguez will be the batter. Rodriguez has hit into a double play and struck out. Strike one. Oh, 1 is outside. Counts even 1-1. One bounced foul. 1-2. One and two the count on Endy Rodriguez, and the pitch down low, 2-2. Pirates trying to get on the board here with the runner at third in the seventh, down 4-0. Two inside, that'll fill the count. Payoff pitch, bounced foul. We'll do it again. Another 3-2. That is drilled. Deep left field, back to the wall, off the top of the wall, and that is a home run. Andy Rodriguez with a home run to left and the lead cut in half on one swing of the bat. Home run number 7 on the year for Rodriguez. RBIs 19 and 20. And it's a 4-2 ball game. And the batter will be Jared Triolo. That hit off the top of the fence and then hit off that and then went over and hit that back wall before bouncing onto the field. So that is an American Family Field home run. As DL Hall is pulled with 2 outs here in the 7th, we're probably going to see Antonio Senzatella. He was warming up pretty quick in the bullpen. It is going to be Senzatella coming in to pitch. Pitching for the second time in a Brewers uniform after coming over from Colorado. So the Pirates have gotten themselves back in this one. Now down just 2. So Senzatella coming on to try to get the final out here in the 7th inning. Pitch to Triolo's outside for ball 1. It's not going to be Triolo. It's going to be a pinch hitter, Jacob Gonzalez. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1, a swing and a miss. And the count now 1-2. Jacob Gonzalez, pinch hitter here, coming over to the Pirates back in July from the White Sox. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Senzatella throws 4 pitches and gets the Brewers out of the top of the 7th. But the 2-run home run by Andy Rodriguez has gotten the Pirates back in this one. 4-2 as we're at the stretch in Milwaukee. Brewers will have Hamilton and then the top of the order, Terang and Churio in the bottom of the 7th inning. Told you going to be back on the live stream tomorrow for the Little League Softball World Series. We'll have more Major League Baseball action on the live stream this weekend. And then probably next week, we'll get back into some college football previews as the preseason coaches poll for college football came out this week. Not really much into the coaches poll, but the preseason AP poll comes out, I believe, on Monday. So probably jump on Monday night and run down that preseason AP top 25 for college football. In case anybody's wondering, like I say, I don't take much soul in the coaches poll. It's the AP poll is the one I use until the college football playoff rankings come out. But if anybody's interested, top 5 in the preseason college football coaches poll: Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Georgia 3, Texas 4, Notre Dame 5. Last year's defending national champion Indiana Hoosiers come in preseason number 6 in the coaches poll, and last year's runner-up Miami Hurricanes come in number 7. Rest of the top 10, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss. So in the coaches poll, five of the top 10 are out of the SEC. 3 out of the Big Ten, 1 out of the ACC, and, of course, Notre Dame and independent. We'll see if the AP poll is different, but as it's a strike here to lead off the bottom of the 7th to Hamilton, who has struck out and flied out. 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Year in and year out in college football, like I said, we'll see what the AP poll does. They continue to rank all these SEC schools. SEC still saying they're heads and toes better than everybody else in college football. But you look at college football, who's won the last 3 national championships in college football? What conference? And I'm going to leave that argument at that. 2-1 the count on Hamilton. The 2-1 is lifted in the air to left foul territory and caught just in front of the tarp there down the left field line by Ronnie Simon for the out. By the way, Jacob Gonzalez, who came in to pinch hit for Jared Triolo, stays in the game in Triolo's defensive position at short. Top of the order here, Bryce Terang. 0 for 2. He did walk back in the first. Strike 1. A bunt here by Terang is fouled. Count now 0-2 on Bryce Terang. Oh, 2 pitch misses. Counts now 1-2. One, two. That's off the plate. 2-2. Two. That's off the plate, and the count now full. Good battle back for Terang to a full count after trailing 0-2. And the 3-2 is foul. Nope. Fair ball. The The catcher Rodriguez picked up the ball in fair territory and just tagged Terang for out number 2. And here's Jackson Chourio. 0 for 3 tonight is Chourio. Here's pitch. Ball 1. One 0 pitch misses low. 2-0. Two 0 is popped up. Who wants it? It's going to be the second baseman, Brandon Lau. Brewers down 1-2-3 in the 7th. We head to the 8th. 4-2 Milwaukee. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Pirates. Flores, Simon, and then Mangum. Pirates down 2. 6 outs remaining in this one. Pirates trying to get back to 500 and trying to stay in that wild card picture in the National League. They're 3.5 back of the final wild card spot entering the night. Brewers trying to go back up 6 games in the NL Central. Mets have grabbed a 6-5 lead over Cleveland. They're heading to the bottom of the 10th inning. Cardinals 3, Yankees nothing, top 6 in the Bronx. Nationals, Phillies also heading to extra innings, 3-3, top of the 10th. Final now in Boston, Red Sox shut out the White Sox 4-0. Red Sox just continue to be on fire. Braves, it's now a final in Atlanta. Braves beat the Marlins 4-1. Marlins still trying to stay alive on that wild card picture. Heading to the 9th in Kansas City, Royals lead the Twins 2-1. Abner Uribe coming in to pitch for the Brewers here in the 8th. Uribe on for the 47th time, 4-2 record, 2.18 ERA, 15 walks, 47 strikeouts in 45 1/3 innings. Flores to lead it off here in the 8th, takes strike 1. It is actually a pinch hitter for Flores. Spencer Horwitz to pinch hit. Horwitz hitting .271 on the year, 10 home runs. He's drove in 36. Strike one pitch to Horwitz. That hits the corner. It's 0-2. New third baseman for the Brewers. Replacing David Hamilton, Joey Ortiz coming in to play third base here in the top of the 8th. 0-2 pitch to Horwitz is foul. Pitch. Ripped, but a nice play there at second, and the throw to first in time to get Horwitz for the first out. Looked like that might trickle there into right field, but Bryce Terang went to his left to get to the ball before it went into right field, and then made the throw to first to retire Horwitz. And the batter's Ronnie Simon. Simon came on as a pinch hitter for Garcia back in the 6th inning and drew a walk. 4-2 Brewers here in the 8th. This was the final score of last night's game as Simon swings and misses for strike one. Oh, 1 down low, ball and a strike. Four runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Brewers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. 1-1 pitch, right back up the middle, but Terang to his right, off balance throw, and dug out at first base by Andrew Vaughn. Another good play from Terang at second. Heck of a play. So 2 down, and we are back to the top of the order in Mangum. Strike one. Mangum, a ground out, a strikeout, and a line out. 0 for 3. Oh, 1 pitch. Bouncer to second. Terang makes all 3 assists here in the top of the 8th inning. And the Pirates are down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 4-2 Brewers. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Milwaukee. Mitchell, Contreras, and Yelich. Here's that. After, of course, we play. Can't do that. I'm going to show you a replay of that Contreras homer that made it 4-0. Before the Pirates got 2 runs in the 7th to cut the lead in half. Horwitz, who pinch hit for Flores, will stay in the game in Flores' position at first base. So it'll be Mitchell to lead off here in the bottom of the 8th. Walk back in the 4th, and they struck out and grounded out. New Pirates pitcher here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Evan Sisk on for the 33rd time. 1-0 record, 2.23 ERA, 13 walks, 43 strikeouts in 36 1/3 innings. So Lake Bacher went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, the Contreras homer, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. He threw 37 pitches. Evan Sisk now in the game. This is his first appearance in about a month and a half for Sisk. And he's behind 2-0 here. Two-0. That's a strike. 2-1. Two-one pitch misses outside. It's now 3-1. To the leadoff batter for the Brewers here in the bottom of the 8th, Garrett Mitchell. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. That's a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th. 6th walk allowed by Pirates pitching tonight. Batter will be William Contreras. Homered his last time up. He also reached on a walk in the 4th. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Contreras, hit foul, and it's now 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch misses, now 1-2. Now, final in Cleveland, the Mets have beat Cleveland 6-5-10 as Contreras swings and misses for strike 3. One down here in the bottom of the 8th, and it'll bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich, an RBI double back in the 4th and singled in the 6th. Pitch. Ball one. Hey, fan growth in the live chat. Okay, I'll go ahead and jot down your disc. I don't have a Discord, but I mean, you won't be spamming me in the chat. It's not like anybody's in there tonight anyway. So, so if you want to do that or whatever, or we can. I'm writing your Discord down so I can. I might set up one and I could DM you or something. 1-0 pitch, throw over to first. But I appreciate that, though. One 0 pitch, that's at the knees for strike one. One outside, 2-1. Two and one, the count on Yelich. And the pitch. That's at the knees, 2-2. Both teams have one ABS challenge remaining. Two, a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sisk here in the eighth. And the batter will be Andrew Vaughn. RBI single back in the a two-run single back in the fourth, and he walked in the sixth. Ball one. In the Pirates' ninth, it's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Lau, Reynolds, and Valdez. They know they're going to need at least two. In the top of the ninth, and the Brewers' closer, Trevor McGill, is in the bullpen. Probably see him on in the ninth, as long as it stays a safe situation. 2-0, runner takes off. The throw to second is not in time, and that'll be the second stolen base of the night for Garrett Mitchell. And he gets himself into scoring position with 2 outs. 11th steal of the year for Mitchell. Two one, that's a strike. 2-2. Two is ground or foul. Count will remain 2-2. Two pitch. Bouncer to third. Long throw to first in time to end the inning. Brewers strand a runner at second. Last chance for the Pirates here in the ninth. Brewers lead it by 2, 4-2. Folks, this is probably going to be a very quick wrap tonight, right? When the final out. Do a quick recap and call it an evening. And again, another reminder, I will be back on tomorrow for the semifinals of the Little League Softball World Series. For sure, the 5 o'clock game. Don't know about the 1 o'clock Eastern time game. That one's still up in the air. But for sure, we'll be with you for that 5 o'clock semifinal between Puerto Rico and Kentucky. Be on the live stream then. I'll try and have an update on my page before like late morning to see if for sure if I will be on for that 1 o'clock game or not. So Trevor McGill coming on to try and close this one out for the Brewers and hand them their 71st victory of the season. McGill on for the 45th time, 2-2 record, 2.76 ERA, 11 walks, 50 strikeouts, and 42 and a third innings, looking for save number 20. And it'll be Brandon Lau to lead off the ninth for the Pirates. Couple strikeouts and a ground out for Lau tonight. So here we go, top of the ninth. Here we go. First pitch, top 9 is in the air. Center field, just on the edge of the warning track. The catch is made by Mitchell. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the ninth. And it'll bring up Brian Reynolds. Reynolds singled back in the 7th, and he struck out a couple times. The pitch. Ball 1. One 0 pitch, check swing, no swing, says the third base umpire. It's 2-0. Pirates need to get a runner on base to get the tying run to the plate. Valdez is on deck. McGill's 2-0 pitch to Brian Reynolds. Hit foul, and it goes to 2-1. 2-1 pitch lined into right, and the catch made by Lara, and the Pirates are down to their final out. Valdez will be the last hope for the Pirates in this one. Valdez 0 for 2, couple strikeouts. He did walk his last time up. Nick Gonzalez is on deck if Valdez can get on. Swing and a miss, strike one. Crowd at American Family Field comes to their feet. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and now the Pirates are down to their final strike. Oh, 2 upstairs, 1 and 2. McGill delivers, and the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Valdez is going to challenge. I'm not sure what you have to lose at this point. You have 1. You may as well use it. Nothing to lose at this point, actually. He's right. So the game is still alive. 2 and 2. Yeah, you have 1 ABS challenge left. You have nothing to lose there for Pittsburgh. If you are unsuccessful, game's over anyway. So a good challenge by Valdez. Two. Hit foul. Another 2-2. Inside, full count. Gill was hoping he had that one. Payoff pitch to Esmeralyn Valdez. He got him. McGill blew the fastball at 100 miles an hour past Valdez. And the Brewers take Game 3 of this series 4-2, the second night in a row. The Brewers win by an identical 4-2 score. Four runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They left 5 on base. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Pirates. They left 2 on base. Kyle Harrison picks up the win. He goes to 9 and 2 on the season. Trevor McGill picks up save number 20. Loss will go to Paul Skeens. He falls to 9 and 10 on the year. Took 2 hours and 37 minutes in front of a crowd at American Family Field of 33,528. They see the Brewers win at 4-2, improve to 71 and 43 on the season. Pirates fall to 57 and 59. Brewers still 6 up in the NL Central over the Cubs. Pirates now fall 4 back of that final wild card spot in the National League. Finale of this 4-game series tomorrow. The Brewers look for 3 out of 4. Again, the pitching matchup for that series finale tomorrow. The Pirates are going to go with Braxton Ashcraft. Brewers are going to go with Dustin May. That is a 1:10 Central Time first pitch tomorrow for the finale of that series. One final look at the scoreboard before I sign off for the night. Final games that have gone final. Blue Jays in 10 defeat the Astros 5-4. Cubs 7, Dodgers 6 to complete that sweep. Dodgers have now lost 6 in a row. Rangers shut out the Giants in Arlington 6-0. Rays complete a sweep of the Rockies in Denver with a 4-0 win. Orioles defeat the Angels 5-2. Reds 3, Athletics 2 final. Mets win in Cleveland in 10, 6-5. Red Sox shut out the White Sox 4-0. Braves 4, Marlins 1 final score. Royals beat the Twins 2-1. Games in progress, bottom of the 6th in the Bronx. Cardinals lead the Yankees 3-0. Nationals and Phillies tied 4-4. That's going to the 11th at Citizens Bank Park. Tigers, Mariners, Padres, Diamondbacks, both scoreless. Tigers, Mariners, top of the 4th. Padres, Diamondbacks, top of the 3rd. And again, Brewers win this one 4-2. They look for the series win tomorrow in the finale of this 4-game set. It's going to wrap it up for me tonight. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you do like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick, at Sports Kick John. You can follow me there. One more reminder, back tomorrow. Semifinals of the Little League Softball World Series for sure will be on for that 5 o'clock game. Again, have to play it by ear for the 1 o'clock game. That one's up in the air, but for sure we'll be with you for that 5 o'clock semifinal tomorrow in the Little League Softball World Series between Puerto Rico and Kentucky. Appreciate you joining me in this one. Brewers win it 4-2 over the Pirates, and hopefully you can join me tomorrow for another live stream here on the page. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night, everybody. God bless.